Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Thursday Night Football review between the Rabbitohs and the Melbourne Storm. Honestly, the game was so boring, I might as well just go back to bed. Seriously, the Melbourne Storm won 50 points to nil tonight. It was an absolute one-sided bloodbath. It was a massacre, man. It was not pretty at all. I mean, if you stayed awake for the whole game, I think you've done very well. I managed to stay awake, but far out. There were periods of this game where I could have easily went to sleep, but the Melbourne Storm, man, they win the game 50 points to nil. What a flogging. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like the video. Subscribe to the channel as well, guys. It's much appreciated. And let's get into the review, man. Not much to talk about, so we'll go through it. I think this review will be a pretty short one tonight. 50-0, man. Not much to talk about. So, it all started off in the 5th minute. A no try to Alex Johnson off a pass from Cody Walker. Some would say it went back, but I think the forward pass there was the right decision. So, no try to Alex Johnson there. And then, the 38th minute, Justin Olam put in a grubber kick. Rabbitohs scored. Look, in my opinion, I think the first try that Rabbitohs scored should have been no try. I thought he lost control of the ball. I don't believe he had enough pressure on the ball, so I thought that should have been a no try. But anyway, Melbourne got into a 4-0 lead early on, and not long after that, in the 24th minute, Nico Hines splits him open, and then he passes the ball to Rabbitohs. He scores again. He gets his second try of the game. Melbourne 10-0 after 24 minutes, and then 28th minute, Rabbitohs scores a hat trick. 14-0 Melbourne. I mean, honestly, 14-0. It's not looking good for the Rabbitohs here. Rabbitohs already got a hat trick. And then, in the 32nd minute, Jerome Hughes scores for the Storm. 20-0. Now, in my opinion, it was over at 20-0. I didn't see South coming back from 20-0 down. We all know all the players they had out tonight, but 20-0 down, it's always going to be tough. Not long after that, right before half-time, Rabbitohs, man, he scores his 4th try in the first half, man. Pretty much on half-time. Munster converts it. Half-time, Storm 26-0. Rabbitohs already got 4 tries, and it's looking like an absolute flogging, and it was. And then in the second half, Brendan Smith scored for the Melbourne Storm. 32-0 Melbourne. And then, 51st minute, George Jennings in the corner. 36-0 Melbourne. 61st minute, George Jennings again. He gets a double. Melbourne 40-0. It's getting very, very out of hand for the Rabbitohs. And then Rabbitohs gets his 5th try of the game. 46-0 in favour of the Melbourne Storm. And then in the 72nd minute, Rabbitohs scores his 6th try of the game. The Melbourne Storm win the game 50 points to nil. The Rabbitohs, they get absolutely flogged off the park. It just wasn't a pretty game of football. It was like watching football training, man. Melbourne were doing their plays, and South Sydney were like the backup players at football training, man. It was not pretty at all. You know, it's really hard to say who had to go for the Rabbitohs tonight because they were blown off the park, man. Not one of their starting forwards ran over 100 metres. I think Taveta Totola was the closest one at 96 metres. Off the bench, Jed Cartwright, 75 metres, you know. Nichols and Liam Knight and Patrick Mago, they were contained very well. You know, Cody Walker at fullback, it just doesn't work. They had Dean Hawkins at 5'8". That didn't work either. It might be a good kid, but obviously big arse up against the Melbourne Storm tonight. Dane Gagai was shocking on the wing. The centres, they were exposed all night. You know, I guess Damien Cook tried very hard, but only so much he could do. As for Melbourne, I mean, they didn't really have a bad player, did they? You know, Rabbitohs was just outstanding. Olam was good. George Jennings, Nico Hines, Hughes, Munster, Bromwich, Welsh, Brandon. You know, the list goes on and on. Harry Grant, Finucane, Nelson. They were all very good for the Melbourne Storm. You know, South Sydney's completion rate was diabolical, in my opinion. You know, 25 from 37. That's just not good enough. Melbourne's 36 from 39. So, literally, they completed every set except for 3 in the whole game. You know, South Sydney's missed tackles, man. 28 missed tackles. That's not good enough. That is really poor. That's basically 14 missed tackles a half. You know, South Sydney, man, 11 errors as well. Melbourne, They just put the sword to the Rabbitohs tonight, and it wasn't a good game of football. Not much really to talk about here, but Melbourne, they win 50 points to nil over the Rabbitohs. My top 3 players on ground for this one, I'm going to go with, number 3. Let's go with Jerome Hughes. I thought he was quite good tonight. Number 2, Harry Grant. I thought he was great. And number 1, my man of the match, Mr. 6 tries himself, Josh Adokar. He's the man of the match. Look, Melbourne win 50-0 Adokar, best on ground. Not much to talk about, guys, but that's pretty much it. For the first round of football review, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night live on YouTube at 5:25 for the Friday night pre-show for, obviously tomorrow night's 2 games. So, till then, guys, have a good night, and I'll see you guys then.